Hey guys, this is just a quick video showing you how to make a quick video for your classroom about your classroom procedures. If you want to make a video tutorial, if you just want to make video instructions for a sub to use, or just video instructions for a sub. Here is how you do it using Screenshot. I like using Screenshot. I do not use Loom anymore. I don't use any of that. I don't use Canva or Adobe Express or any other apps unless I'm making a more complicated video, because really I'm not trying to publish these and get anything. I'm just trying to help out my students. So the apps that I tend to use are the Screenshot app. You'll find that by doing either Windows Shift 5 or Command Shift 5. It'll bring up your options. And then I take it into QuickTime Player. You might not even have to use QuickTime Player if you don't make any mistakes, but I tend to make mistakes, so I just bring it in there to trim it a little bit. So I'm going to show you an example of a project that I have already done. You do not have to do this. You can just bring up your project and do it, but you'll see that I have right here under my materials, I have the project that I want to record for my students, but I've also put some slides along with it so that I can kind of show them, okay, we're at this step, Whenever you want to have anything written down, it does help to kind of have some slides. And an external microphone does help sometimes because the microphones on our laptops aren't the greatest. But again, the only thing you really need is the project that you're going to do. But you'll see in this sample project here, I'm just going to pull it through. It has some opening slides. I always take a video of whatever the project is. I tell the kids what the featured code blocks, since I'm doing a Scratch project here. And then I tell them what their assignment is. Their must do, should do, could do. So I like to have slides in here because I like to have all that in the video instead of just me saying it. And I found that if you guys bring in your slides in PowerPoint instead of Google Slides, the nice thing is you can Command Tab back and forth between the two programs, and it looks seamless. It looks like it's all one edited movie instead of, if you use Google Slides, it would make you come in and out of slideshow mode, which is just a little annoying for me. So I just tend to use PowerPoint. And then I go through my setup. Once I'm done with that, I go into my project and I just go through each of the steps with them. Again, you don't have to use transitional slides. They just help me with my projects, but sometimes I do not use them. So if I go back to my materials, you'll see right here I am jumping back and forth. I'll show you what I have open. I have PowerPoint, QuickTime, my Finder, and my project. So I would be jumping back and forth between my project and my slides to say where I am in them. When you bring up the Screenshot, when you're getting ready to make your video, you're going to hit Windows Shift 5 or Command Shift 5. And then you're going to size your selection. A lot of times I don't include my tabs and everything up top. They don't need to know what my battery life is at or anything like that. So I just make sure that they're focused on what I want them to focus on. Then in your options, if you choose this first one right here, this is record the selected area. This one is record your whole screen. This is capture. You're capturing images with these three over here. So if you hit this record the selected area, this switches to record from capture. And then I always just save it to my desktop at first. You can point it right at your Google Drive. If you have your Google Drive mapped to your hard drive, you can put it in different various places. Whatever microphone you have, this is the one that comes standard. That's your laptop microphone. But if you have an external one, you can change it to the external microphone. I don't put a timer on there just because I take it into QuickTime and I trim off anything that I don't need on the other side. I do like to show the floating thumbnail. As soon as you're done, it will show you a thumbnail right in this lower right corner. And then if you click on it, if you've messed up, you can just trash it right then and you don't have to go and find it on your desktop and trash it. I like it to remember the last selection because I tend to use my selections for the same things. And show mouse pointer is really helpful because then the kids can kind of track where you are a little better. So once you've picked your options, you can hit record and start recording. With all of what I do is I go to my first slide, I have it open, I have my project open, And I start off saying, hey kids, we're going to do whatever the project is. And then I do my command tab. I tend to try to do it kind of fast so they don't see this whole menu. And then I go right into my project. You'll see another reason I also like PowerPoint is this morph feature, because I'm a computer nerd. I like how you'll see that I have my steps on a circle here. And I would tell the kids, okay, we're going to set up, we need one backdrop and we need to add 3 button sprites. So what I do is I go back to it. I build out my other button sprites. They watch me do it. I talk it through. I say, I'm going to right click right here, hit duplicate. If I was doing a more fancy video, I would show right here what right click is. I would have some sort of icon pop up and show what right click is. But this is just a quick, easy video for my kids. So you would just talk through it. When I do pull things into this space over here, I zoom in because they're going to be splitting their screen and using it as a video tutorial, and it normally comes in about this size. And when that's half your screen, that's really small. So I like to, when I pull it over, I make sure that I zoom in so that they can really see which block I'm using. But I also don't rely on them being able to see it. I always tell them I am using the first block on the yellow events. I'm using the 5th block, whichever block you're using. And so then you would go back to your slides, and then you'll notice, here's my nerd thing. When you go to the next one, it will move your circle, and I just like that morph feature in PowerPoint. So it's kind of fun. You do not have to use it. You don't even have to use PowerPoint. You can have made your slides in Google Slides and then download it as a PDF and just go through your pages in PDF. I just like how clean it looks when you just go through your slides here. So after I'm done with all the steps, when I'm done doing my video, to end your screenshot, you're going to pull up Windows Shift 5 again, or Command Shift 5. You're going to hit this button right here called the Stop button. As soon as you hit that, you're going to get a little thumbnail in the corner. You can click on it and hit Done, and then you're going to open up QuickTime. I already have QuickTime open, but if you don't have QuickTime open, you would just go into your Finder, and you would find that screen recording that you just did, and you're going to right click on it and say open with QuickTime if it's not your default. If it is, all you have to do is double click on it and it will open. But if you open it up in QuickTime, I'm going to double click on that, make it open up. And then usually I have to come up to this edit because I usually mess up a couple times at the first. You can actually take off the audio if you don't want any audio, and I always hit trim. And then you can pull this to wherever it actually starts. You say, actually, I messed up the first 20 seconds, whatever it is, and you can pull that in. And then on the other side, you can pull in because you left it going for too long after you were done talking. Trim it to whatever you want and hit trim. And then when you're done with that, you can come up to File and say Save, and you can name it whatever you want. How to make a movie, whatever you want to name it on your desktop. And then as soon as you save it, just say movie making. As soon as you save it, it's going to save onto your desktop. And then you can load it on your website. You can load it on some slides for a video tutorial, or you can just put it on your drive and then put it in Google Classroom as a link to a movie that they're just going to watch as a tutorial. So that is a quick, easy way to get through a project, to make sure your sub has some help. However you want to use it. It's kind of scary before you do it, but it's really easy and fun to make your own materials that help you out in your classroom. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I hope this helped you.